There is a particular kind of ache that doesn't announce itself loudly. It doesn't come with tears you can easily explain to someone else. It just sits with you quietly, heavily, whispering that you are too much, that you ask too much, that the people you love would somehow breathe easier if you needed a little less from them. Maybe you've caught yourself apologizing for things that don't require an apology. Maybe you've pulled back from reaching out because you didn't want to be a bother. Maybe you've lain awake at night replaying conversations, wondering if you wore out your welcome, wondering if the people around you are quietly growing tired of carrying you. If any part of that resonates with you, even just a little, I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes. Because there is something I want to offer you, not a list of things to fix, not a reminder to think more positively, just a few words that have brought deep comfort to people who felt exactly the way you're feeling right now. This is a passage from the book of Matthew, chapter 11, and I want you to listen not as someone being preached at, but as someone being invited, as someone who is welcome here exactly as you are. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Matthew 11:28-30. Let those words settle for just a moment. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. All, that word is doing something important. It doesn't say come if you've got yourself together. It doesn't say come once you've sorted out your emotions. It says all, every person who is laboring, every person who is heavy. And the word heavy laden in its original sense means burdened down, loaded up, weighted beyond what feels manageable. That is not a description of failure. That is a description of someone who has been carrying too much for too long. And I want to gently say something to you here, because it matters. The feeling that you are a burden to the people in your life, that feeling, as real and as painful as it is not a fact. It is a weight. And there is a difference between something that feels true and something that is true. Think about it this way. When someone you love comes to you worn out, struggling, needing to talk at an inconvenient hour, do you look at them and think, what a burden you are? Or do you feel something closer to compassion, something closer to, I'm glad you came to me? We are often far harsher judges of ourselves than we would ever be of someone we love. And in this passage, we are being offered a picture of someone who says, come, not when you're lighter, not when you've figured it out. Now, as you are, bring the weight. I will give you rest. Not I will give you a plan, not I will give you a solution. Rest. The kind of rest that goes deeper than sleep. The kind that settles something in the soul. There's a beautiful tenderness in the phrase that follows, I am meek and lowly in heart. This is not a harsh or impatient presence. This is not someone who will look at the weight of your life and sigh with disappointment. This is gentleness itself, meeting you in your weariness and saying, you are not too much for me. You are not too much for me. If you've been holding yourself at arm's length from the people who care about you, if you've been editing yourself down, making yourself smaller, staying silent so as not to take up space, I want to offer you this permission. You are allowed to be cared for. You are allowed to need things. That is not weakness. That is what it means to be human. And in those moments, when even reaching out to another person feels like too much, when the shame of needing is louder than the courage to ask, this passage reminds us that there is a place to bring the weight that never closes, a presence that does not grow weary of you. That does not keep a tally of how many times you've come back. Ye shall find rest unto your souls. Not rest from your circumstances, necessarily, but rest within yourself, a quieting of that harsh inner voice, a loosening of the grip that the lie of being a burden has had on you. You are invited. You are welcome. You are not too heavy. Wherever you are today, whether you're holding it together on the outside while something quieter aches underneath, whether you're in the middle of a hard season with no clear end in sight, whether you've simply been tired for longer than you can explain, you are not alone in this room. These words from Matthew chapter 11 have been a resting place for people across centuries who felt exactly what you are feeling. And they are offered to you today not as a quick fix, but as an open door. Come, bring the weight, find rest. If this brought even a small measure of peace to your heart today, I want you to know there is more where this came from. Subscribe to this channel, and we'll bring you scripture comfort and God's promises of peace every single day. Quiet words for hard moments whenever you need them. And if someone in your life is carrying this particular weight, the quiet, painful belief that they are a burden, would you consider sharing this with them? Sometimes the most loving thing we can offer someone is the reminder that they are welcome exactly as they are. If you have something on your heart today, leave it in the comments. This is a community that prays together, and no request is too small or too heavy. Be gentle with yourself today. You are not a burden. You are beloved. And that is the truest thing about you.